What if you never had to wonder what to write next? What if you knew exactly what needed to happen in Chapter 7, Chapter 15, and Chapter 21 before you even wrote a single word? That's the promise of a truly great story structure. Hi guys, my name is Jason. I'm a fantasy author, and for the last few years I worked at Kindlepreneur, one of the biggest websites for teaching authors how to write and publish. And I've seen hundreds of authors struggle with plotting, but I've also seen what works. And today we're talking about a system that works, the 24-chapter novel outline. It is one of the most comprehensive frameworks for commercial fiction that exists, and we're going to walk through the entire thing. This is part of a larger series I'm doing on story structure, so if there's another plot template you want to deep dive on, let me know about it below. Now, the 24-chapter novel outline is actually a favorite of mine. It was a heavy inspiration for my own 40-chapter plot module, but what it does is it divides the story into 4 main parts, essentially breaking the notoriously long Act 2 into 2 manageable chunks, which I also do in my plot module. We start with the setup, transition to the hero exploring the new world, then watch as the bad guys close in, and finally we build to the ultimate defeat and the victory. Let's break down each chapter's job. First, we have Act 1, aka the hero in the ordinary world, which comprises chapters 1 through 6. This is all about establishing who your hero is and what they want and what's holding them back before you completely ruin their life. Chapter 1 is called The Really Bad Day. Don't start with a boring morning routine. Show your protagonist in their normal world on a day where they really want something but can't get it. This reveals their character, their fatal flaw, and their deepest desire through action, not explanation. Then we get Chapter 2, which is called Something Peculiar. Something weird happens. It's a hint of the main conflict to come, but your hero brushes it off. They're too busy with their really bad day to notice the storm clouds gathering. The reader, however, knows something is up. Chapter 3 is called Grasping at Straws. The hero's world starts to unravel. Their normal methods for controlling their life aren't working anymore. Setbacks mount, and they feel their grip on their ordinary world is slipping. Chapter 4 is called Call to Adventure. This is the big event that the characters can't ignore. It's a major setback that forces them to realize there's no going back to the way things were. The ordinary world is officially broken. Chapter 5 is called Head in Sand. The hero tries to refuse the call. They want their old, unsatisfying life back because at least it was familiar. This is a moment of very human fear and reluctance, and it's easier to pretend the problem doesn't exist than to face it. Chapter 6 is called Pull Out the Rug. Something happens that forces the hero to accept the adventure. The choice is made for them, and this event is usually deeply personal and makes it impossible for them to stay put. With this, we have liftoff, and the hero is forced into a whole new world. But now that they're in this new world, they have to figure out how to survive. Which leads us into Act 2A, aka Exploring the New World, which comprises chapters 7 through 12. Your hero is now a fish out of water. This first half of Act 2 is about reacting, learning, and getting a feel for the new rules of the game. The first chapter is called Chapter 7, Enemies and Allies. As the protagonist explores this strange new landscape, they start meeting the people who will become their friends, mentors, and rivals. These relationships will define their journey. Chapter 8 is called Games and Trials. The hero struggles. They try to fit in, they learn new skills or understand the challenges, but they mostly fail. This is the training montage, but filled with more frustration and self-doubt than a cool 80s soundtrack. Chapter 9 is called Earning Respect. After all that struggling, the hero scores a small but important victory. It proves they might have what it takes and earns them a little begrudging respect from the new people around them. Chapter 10 is called Forces of Evil. The stakes are raised drastically. The antagonist or the forces of evil are revealed in their full power. The hero realizes just how dangerous this new world truly is. Chapter 11 is called Problem Revealed. Shaken by the true danger, the protagonist realizes that they don't have all the information. They feel overwhelmed and demand answers from their allies who might have been holding back to protect them. Chapter 12 is called Truth and Ultimatum. The hero learns a piece of information that changes their entire worldview. This truth forces them to a crossroads, setting up the most important decision of the story so far. This decision marks the midpoint where the hero goes from being a passive victim to an active warrior. Which leads us into Act 2B, aka Bad Guys Close In, which comprises chapters 13 through 18. The hero is now on the offensive, but so is the antagonist. This is where the pressure cooker really gets turned up to high. We start with chapter 13, which is called The Mirror Stage. The hero takes a moment to reflect on who they're becoming. They've changed. They accept their new role and move forward with purpose, no longer just reacting to events. Chapter 14 is called Plan of Attack. So now fully committed, the protagonist formulates a plan to take down the antagonist. They're no longer just trying to survive, they are actively trying to win. Chapter 15 is called Crucial Role. The hero's allies put their trust in them, giving them a vital role to play in the plan, and it's clear that without the hero's specific skills or knowledge, the plan will fail. Chapter 16 is called Direct Conflict. The plan is put into motion. The hero and their allies come into direct conflict with the antagonist's forces, and for a moment it might even look like they're succeeding. Chapter 17 is called Surprise Failure. The plan goes horribly, disastrously wrong. An ally might die, a key advantage is lost, or the hero suffers a major injury. The consequences are real and permanent. Chapter 18 is called Shocking Revelation. As if things weren't bad enough, the antagonist's true identity or full plan is revealed. The hero is hit with guilt and anger, realizing they've underestimated the enemy at every turn. This leads us to the hero's lowest point and the end of Act 2. So now we get Act 3, aka Defeat and Victory, which comprises chapters 19 through 25. This is the finale. Everything that's been built up now pays off as the hero claws their way back from total defeat. Chapter 19 is called Giving Up. After the catastrophic failure, the hero loses all confidence. They have been beaten and they know it. There is no hope. Chapter 20 is called Pep Talk. Just when all seems lost, an ally steps in. They offer encouragement, a new perspective, or a key piece of information that gives the hero a reason to get back up and fight. Chapter 21 is called Seizing the Sword. The hero makes a very deliberate choice to try again, even with just a slim chance of success. They finally confront their fatal flaw and gather their remaining resources for one last epic battle. Chapter 22 is called Ultimate Defeat. This is the all is lost moment. The hero faces the villain, thinks they understand what to do, but their hubris leads to a final crushing defeat. The villain has won, or so it seems. Chapter 23 is called Unexpected Victory. At their absolute lowest point, the hero has a breakthrough. They finally understand their flaw, let go of what they want for more of what they need to do, and use a secret weapon or ability to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Chapter 24 is called Bittersweet Reflection. The battle is won, and now it's time for the celebration or a quiet, bittersweet reflection on the cost of that victory. This chapter provides the resolution and shows the new person the hero has become. Now there's an optional chapter 25, which is called Death of Self. This extra chapter can show you the hero back in their transformed world, fully embodying their new self. It's a final grace note that can tie up loose ends or hint at future adventures in a series. So where did this incredibly detailed map come from? It was developed by an author and academic named Derek Murphy. He got his PhD studying literature from Harry Potter to Paradise Lost and found himself frustrated with existing plotting structures. Frameworks like the 3-act structure in the hero's journey are great for a high-level view, but they leave huge gaps. They tell you where to start and where to end, but they don't tell you what to do with that vast, terrifying space in the middle. This was also my frustration when developing the 40-chapter plot module. Murphy saw this saggy middle was where most manuscripts went to die, and I can attest to that myself in my own community. Writers knew they needed a midpoint, but they had no idea how to build up to it or what to do after, and his solution was to create a more granular system specifically for commercial fiction. He synthesized the best parts of all of major story structures but broke them down into chapter-by-chapter functions. The 24-chapter novel outline's most clever move is splitting Act 2. It recognizes that the middle of the story has 2 distinct phases: the initial learning and reacting phase, and the later phase where the hero takes charge and the conflict escalates. By giving writers clear goals for each chapter, the outline acts like a set of training wheels, guiding you through the first draft and helping you maintain momentum from start to finish. It's less of a rigid set of rules and more of a proven, dependable guide to get you to the end. Now, understanding the structure is one thing, but actually applying it to your own story and building out your characters and filling in all those chapters with compelling scenes is another. It can be overwhelming to do it all on your own. That's why I created my school group, Story Hacker Gold. It's a community where I walk you through my entire process from the first spark of an idea to holding the finished book in your hands. We cover everything plotting like this, as well as character development, marketing, and even how to use AI to speed up your process without compromising your creativity or ethics. The group includes all of my books for authors, including my own 40-chapter plot module, which is very similar to the 24-chapter outline. Plus, you get weekly live calls with me to answer your questions. And if you want to go from just thinking about your book to actually writing it, this is the place to be. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.